For many different types of reports, both written and presented digitally and everything else, you might be asked to include a bibliography, which is just a list of sources. And here are some quick and easy instructions on how to do just that. If you're reading a book, this includes e-readers too, by the way, including many different formats. You want to put the author's last name first, and then the first name after a comma, the title of the book, the city or country, sometimes of publication, the publisher, and then the copyright year. And you should be able to find all of that stuff on a book within the first page or two. In e-readers, there's different locations where you can sometimes find it, but it's usually the first page just as well. An example, Bruce Fogel wrote Training Your Dog. It was published in New York by DK Publishing 2001. Now, if you've only used a part of the book and you want to include just that as you want to cite that, then you would just add these pages at the end. Okay? If you've included many different pages, most often you're just going to go with the whole book. For an encyclopedia, yes, take one off your shelf, open it, and blow off all the dust. If an article has been signed by somebody, so we know who wrote it, again, you put the last name, first name, the article, the encyclopedia it came from, and the year of the encyclopedia, which might be the last time. No, there's still some people actually making encyclopedias, I think. If the encyclopedia is not signed, you just put the title of the article. So you don't put the name, obviously, because we don't know it. All right, volume 8, page, all that goes on there. For a magazine or newspaper article, you do the last name, first name, title of the article, the name of the magazine or the newspaper, and the date of the magazine or the newspaper, and the page or pages that you found it. See how a lot of this kind of is pretty similar? For an internet address, you want to put the author's last name if you can find it, first name, title of the item, and when it was available online, when you found it. You can put a link. A URL link is always a very good thing to do, so copy and paste them as you find them. And if you're watching any audio-visual materials, that includes watching something on TV. So say you watched The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich, you would put that as the title, videotape, History Channel, production, whichever. And usually those things, if you're watching them, will give you that information. If you can't find it because the video plays too quickly, go onto their website and it'll probably tell you where it is. Or if you have the videotape, you can pause it and write down all this information. If you're watching a CD-ROM or reading a CD-ROM, you could do it that way. If you're interviewing somebody, a live interview, or on the phone, or perhaps even through email, this is how you're going to cite down who helped you with that. All right? And when you're putting all these things together, they always go alphabetical by whatever is first. Author's last name, title, whichever. You're always going to list them, and this is a good example because B comes before T, which comes before W. So you would list them exactly in this example. It doesn't matter. Books, CD-ROMs, they have no hierarchy listing over each other. Have fun writing your bibliography.